All right, everyone, this is Jason Gillette here. We are going to do a quick walkthrough of the all-new 2025 Ford Explorer. This is the active package with the comfort package, and which only gives you a couple little extra things. So we're going to walk through and you're going to see what all this gives you. So inside, you do have your power locks on your driver's door. We do have our power mirror controls and power window controls. Down here, this is the button for your power lift gate. These are your set it and forget it headlights. They're in automatic mode by default, but you can turn them off or turn them to stay on. And then if you press this button in the middle, that is your fog light switch. We then have dimmer switches for the inside lights. This steering wheel is tilt and telescopic. You just unlock this and pull it in or out or push it up and down. Signal lights switch, as well as your high beams. If you want to put them on manually, it does have auto high beams. And the new digital display in here, love this digital display. Digital speedometer, distance to empty, what's playing on the stereo, outside temperature, compass, what gear we're in, if the engine auto off is on or off right now, how many kilometers are on the vehicle, what mode we're in. I'm in sport mode right now. And it displays the speed limit signs, which it takes a picture of as you drive past speed limit signs, which is really nice. On the steering wheel itself, we have the adaptive cruise control. This is the distance marker. So if I press this, I turn it on, and you see the animation where I've turned it on. If I press this button, those lines change to make you closer or further away from the vehicle in front of you that it's going to slow you down with. This is the lane detection system. Turn that on and it says lane keeping system on or off. And this is also the button for lane centering. So if you have lane centering turned on from the controls, this vehicle on the highway, when you have the lane centering turned on and the cruise control turned on, will steer the steering wheel for you, even going around corners using the lines on the ground. It's super handy. It steers itself. You still do have to get some haptic feedback with your hand on the steering wheel. It'll let you go for about 5 seconds before it asks you to put your hands back on there. Volume controls for your stereo. This is to turn the sound off the stereo. On this side, we do have some menu controls, voice recognition system, this is to answer the phone or hang up the phone, or to change stations on the radio or track on your whatever's playing on the radio or music. Now, I'm going to walk you through some of these menu options. When we're in this display, if I hit the button menu, we can go and you'll see that. So we have my view. If I go into my view, now I can select between the screens that I've pre-picked, which I can pick up to 7 screens. And then I can go in, I'll just go and hit OK, and we can modify which screens we want. So there's column view, driver assistance, map view, fuel economy, trip 1, trip 2, tire pressure, off-road, temperature gauges, which is new for this year, trailer light status, and seat belts. So we can pick all those from the My View screens. We can always go into trip and fuel and take a look at fuel economy, trip 1 and trip 2. Go into status information. We can look at seat belts, trailer light status, temperature gauges, off-road status, and you can go into vehicle maintenance, which it lets you show you oil life and tire pressure. We can also go down and see audio. We can see phone, or we can change the speedometer to be in miles an hour. Or if you're in the States, this will change it to be in kilometers an hour, but I'm in Canada, so it's showing us that. Basically, the My View will give you almost all the options you want. When you're going through those menus, you can just go up and down, hit OK to go into things, hit back to get out of things, hit menu to go to menu. So it's very simple, very intuitive. Our new 13.2-inch display is awesome. I love that they brought this system to the Explorer, as I find it very intuitive and it works amazing. It's also powered by Android Auto, or not Android Auto, but Android software itself, which gives you access to things like Google Maps, YouTube, podcasts, all kinds of things, even games you can download to this, which is pretty cool. Let's walk through it. So this is the home screen. So when we press this home button, this comes up. It won't let me open maps right now because you actually have to log into a Google account to have that running, which is fine. It shows that I have a driver profile 1. So we can actually set different personalized profiles, and it walks you through how to do that. Links it to the key fob, links it to the Google sign-in, which is really cool because if you have a spouse or somebody who's driving this vehicle, you get in with your Google sign-in, your key fob, and it's all personalized to you. They get in with theirs, and everything changes. The maps, what they've downloaded, all that stuff is all for them based on their key fob. So it's really nice that it does that for the profiles. Coming back to the home screen, okay, it's asking me just to do some things here because guess what? We've never set this up before. So let's get back out of there. We can add our phone, which this does have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Just because it's an Android-based system doesn't mean it's just Android. It works great with Apple products, especially Apple CarPlay. Get full screen Apple CarPlay. All this turns into your phone, whether it's Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. Your apps come up here, your Spotify, your podcasts, your audiobooks. If you want to use the maps from your phone, like your Google Maps, Apple Maps, or Waze Maps, it can all come up here, and I love those features. We do have some different ways to listen to audio. If I press this button here, it'll ask us if we want Sirius, FM, AM, Bluetooth, podcasts. Remember, you can download podcasts. Don't even need your phone in the car. Download podcasts and have that all ready to go right on the vehicle's infotainment. Or you can plug in your device, however you want to do it. Or of course, if you have Apple CarPlay or Android Auto running, you can listen through those methods as well. Then we do have a notifications button up here, so you can actually get different notifications when you have the Google all set up. It has Wi-Fi capability, and this is basically letting us know if our location services are turned on. Hit the car icon. We can do hill descent control. What is hill descent control? Basically, if you are on a steep hill and you don't want to free roll down, if you let your foot off of the brake, it will kind of hold the vehicle so you slowly roll down the hill. Valet mode allows for a valet to use your key, but certain things are going to be restricted, so they can't change things on you. Vehicle status, when we press this button, it will bring up, I don't know what's going on here, tire pressure and oil pressure, oil life. Bear no mind that these are different rates right now. It's first thing in the morning, it's quite cold, and as I drive, these will all stabilize. Coming out of here, we can also go into our settings screen, in which you have all the different settings. So let's go through a few of them, why don't we? So we can go to sound, which we can go into tone, balance and fade, compensated volume for low, medium, or high, occupancy mode, so is it just for the driver's sound quality or for all the seats? Volume settings, now ringtones. When your phone rings, what do you hear when the phone rings? So we can change this. Maybe you got a ringtone you like. Maybe you want no ringtone on. Whatever you like. The default one is actually quite nice. I will say that. It's like subtle. I like that one. It's not alarming. Back out of there, notification sounds. Again, you can pick a sound anytime there's notifications that come through, text message or otherwise. Bluetooth, so different ways to hook up Bluetooth. You can have devices hooked up for just audio, devices hooked up for phone, who's the primary, all these kind of things. Driver assistance brings us to all of the safety features, the latent safety features. Cruise control, you can actually select from normal cruise control, adaptive, where it slows you down the vehicle in front of you. Have the lane centering turned on, I talked about that. Have predictive speed assist, so that's where it will actually change your speed limits on your cruise control up or down past the signs you pass. And you can even do speed adjustments, because if you like to speed, not saying you should, if you want to put it to a little overage, you can have that set, so when you go past the speed sign, your vehicle's already ready to speed for you. I don't think you should do that. I'm not saying you should do that. I'm not saying that I do that. Even if I do, I'm not saying I do it. You can though, and it's nice they give you that. You can also set a lower tolerance. I don't know who does under the speed limit, but you can. Coming down below, we can go into vehicle. So this vehicle is already set with a 30-minute max idle. So if you forget, leave your vehicle idling, and it will shut off after 30 minutes, just not to pollute the world. However, if you're going to maybe leave your pet in the car and you want it to idle longer, it's really cold where you live and you need to like keep it frost free, just turn that off and it'll idle as long as you have fuel. We do have occupant alert, where basically rear occupant, when you open up the rear doors, you get out, it'll tell you check the rear seat for occupants. We can go into some lighting options for your auto high beams and auto headlamp delay. Key detection alert. So anytime you don't know what things are, if you press this I, so this sounds the horn. If you exit your vehicle, all the doors are closed and there's no key in the vehicle and your vehicle's still on. That's really handy. So you know, hey, I left my car on. It runs pretty quiet. I left my car on. I got out without shutting it off, and I still have the key. Remote start setup, you can change the setup. Climate control can be automatic. I love that. So you can feel whether it needs to put the heater or the AC on, the heated seat, the heated steering wheel, all that can be set to auto. And then you can set the duration. You can set it for 5, 10, 15 minutes. You can also add more time to your remote start from the Ford Pass app, which is nice. System, this is going to give us just some kind of generic information, whether there was any updates for the system, showing us we're Android version 12 right now. It last checked May 5th, 2024. Oh, that was a security update, and last successful update was yesterday, August 22nd, because I'm filming this on the 23rd. Then as we come down below, so languages and input. You can even do autofill services from Google. Remember, you're going to be signed in from Google. Very handy to fill in anything this asks you to fill in when it's autofill, how you want the keyboard layout, whether you want text to speech output, just like your phone. So much integration. I love it. Units, time, storage. So this vehicle does have a 62 gigabyte system, which is awesome. And you know, we can see we're not taking up any storage, but we can download things and take up storage if we want to. I can tell you about the Android 12 system, some legal information about the entertainment system, about the licenses, and we can reset everything. We can also submit feedback, something about your car that you don't love. You just go down here, select it. You go, climate control, I didn't love. It takes too long to warm up to cool down or whatever else. And you can give them some feedback right to the manufacturer. How awesome is that? Software updates, you can press this for doing updates. This vehicle will update over the air via your Ford Pass on your phone. It'll update sometimes while you're not driving, while it's stored in your garage, some while you're driving, all kinds of different updates, just like your phone, but it's really, really awesome how the updates come over. This is 10 times more powerful system than the old Explorer, so I love that they've put this new hardware or software, a little of both, in here. It's telling us about Android Auto, which it can also tell you about Apple CarPlay if you want. As we come down here, so profile, I was telling you how to set up all your profiles. And then display, whether we want to adjust the display, we can have auto mode, we can have some themes. We got copper, we got green, we got blue. That's nice that we can change the themes. It's going to change all your background inside. We've got a comm screen, which just gives us the date and time. And if I hit the home button or the settings buttons, it's going to bring us back into those. So let's get back into that settings menu that we were just in. Coming down below, that's display. We have a network and internet, so we can actually connect this vehicle to a cellular network and have it hotspot up to 10 devices. 911 assist when you hook up your phone, whether it calls 911 automatically in the case of an emergency. How the voice assistant and whatnot works, so you can just say, hey Google, and it's going to bring things up for you. You can use text from screen, you can use a screenshot. So much integration to Google. I love it. Obviously, I'm a YouTube creator, so I'm a big YouTube Google user, so this is beautiful. And you're consuming YouTube right now, so I'm going to assume maybe you use a little bit of Google, or at least YouTube. And then location, so whether it lets you use the location, all your levels of permissions and location requests and whatnot. All this on here you can configure if you'd like to turn things on or off. When we press this button right here, this is going to go through. Look at all of this. Wow, we got maps, we've got the Google Play Store, Google Assistant, phone hookups, our AM and FM and satellite radio, Bluetooth audio, text messaging, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, towing. Let's just open up the towing one because I haven't talked about this. We can actually add a trailer, so it remembers the trailer you have hooked up, as this vehicle can pull over 5,000 pounds, and you have trailer aids, so you can do a trailer connection checklist. Very handy, very, very good. Hotspots, digital owner's manual. So we can actually go in here and we can see visual search and bookmarks and everything. A lot easier than pulling up an old book. Software updates, settings, just like that last menu just brings you into settings. Games, why not go into games? Well, if you download some games, you can play Sudoku, or we can play, like, I don't know, Frogger, or all kinds of games here. Just make something fun to be able to do. Why not? It's a computer, it can do it. Podcasts, you can get your news on here. And of course, I said you can get YouTube videos. So you could literally watch this video that I'm making right now on this 13.2 inch screen. So cool. Coming down below here, oh, I forgot to mention, when we're in that car screen, we can hit the power lift gate from here too. Just a secondary place to do that. Climate control, my side, my passenger side. We've got heated steering wheel and heated seats on this Comfort Active model. So you just press this, turn the heated steering wheel on or off. This one, 3 different levels of heated seats, or new for this year, an automatic mode. Well, that's handy. So the seat gets hot, warms up until the thermostat says it's warm enough, and then turns off on its own. That's nice. Fan controls, we can go fan up, down, whatever we want, or we can hit the auto mode with 3 different levels of auto. Why do you have 3 different levels of auto? Because maybe you don't want the fan blowing on you like crazy. You want it to give you hot or cold air as you need to cool down or heat up the cab, but you don't want it to really blow like a lot. So you can go low, medium, or high, which is nice. Then if you press this button, this is a climate control, and I love that they've used this screen to give us some animation, which is awesome. We can then press feed if we want, or defrost if we want, or all 3. Again, love Ford that they let us do all 3. We're gonna just do the face one right now. We can do the auto air refresh and max AC from here as well. Hit max defrost and it's gonna put it all on defrost. These are for your heated mirrors and heated back window, air conditioning, pretty straightforward. Down below, volume controls for your stereo. This is engine auto off. So this vehicle will shut the engine off at a stop sign or set of lights if it does not feel it needs the power to save you on fuel and reduce emissions. You don't like it doing that? Fine, press this button and it won't do that anymore. These are for your park sensors. Press that button, parking chimes, on or off comes up there. 4-way flashers. If we want to see our backup camera but not be backing up, press this button and it will come up. Oh, I gotta back it up. Parking chimes to be able to enable that. Yeah, there's our HD camera, nice job. Press this one for traction control, and this is auto hold. If you've never had auto hold, I love this feature. So say you come to a train or a set of lights that's going to take forever, or just in traffic that sits still forever. If you have auto hold on, when you press the brake, it stays stopped. You can take your foot off the brake and it won't go anywhere until you touch the gas. Love me some auto hold. New phone tray for 2025. Press this one. We've got USB, USB-C, and 12-volt power supply. Place to put things, place to run cords. Rotary style 10-speed shifter. Low gear mode. Cup holders. Emergency brake. Drive modes. What are drive modes? If we turn this dial, we'll see the animations change. And we can go from sport to eco to normal to slippery to off-road. And you'll see, again, just rough, even terrain, and then it turns off the traction control. Come over to this one, slippery, wet, icy snow, make sure the traction control's on. Eco, it's gonna shut down some of the unnecessaries to save on fuel. Go over one more, and we're in sport mode. That's gonna pick up your throttle response, your shift points, and also your exhaust note, and be super fun to drive with. Or tow mode, it's going to hold your shifts a little longer. Again, throttle response, just for heavy payloads or when you're towing. So nice that they've given us all these modes to play with. All right, well, I guess we'll go up top quickly. These are your map lights, and you do have a sunglasses holder. This is the mic for your voice recognition and Bluetooth, and we have garage door openers up on the visor. That is a walkthrough of the interior of the new 2025 Ford Explorer Select with the Comfort package, although the Select has most of all this anyways. Thank you for watching this video. Do me a huge favor, click subscribe to this channel. If you want to see more videos like this, go ahead and hit that bell icon. You'll be notified every time I make a video. And if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Thanks, everyone.